Hello Aquarius, welcome to your quadruple retrograde reading. So we have Saturn, Pluto and Neptune in retrograde at the moment, and Mercury will be joining them on the 18th, which is tomorrow, I believe. These energies are going to be the next, few weeks, a couple of months or so, very transformative, maybe for the rest of the year, honestly. But there's going to be a lot of reevaluation, reassessing, re-looking at, values, beliefs, ways of doing things, our lifestyles. Lots of things are going to come up for questioning and review, okay? And you may even be, Spirit's also said to me that we do not be surprised if things come up from the past that come into our consciousness and we start thinking about things that went on then. And maybe that would possibly shift us into certain mood states and emotions that we need to be aware of, and just to not allow things to sort of snowball, to just kind of go, well, okay, so that's a past emotion that I'm feeling right now, okay, or something like that. So it's sort of like, any thoughts that go up and down, or emotions that are sort of, pretty extreme, just really use your powers of self-observation and awareness, and to just kind of identify them and then let them go almost, okay? And yeah, I think we're sort of coming into expanded consciousness. We're going to be upgrading our DNA as well, and all that. The downloads will be upgrading our DNA. And yeah, we're getting a whole lot of help from the light beings, archangels, ascended masters as well at the moment. So as always, it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. And let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and our higher self to assist with this reading. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what's going to jump out here. Well, we'll wait for a jump. Okay, we've got two here. The Fool and the Page of Pentacles. Well, isn't that nice? This is like moving forward with belief in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in the process, moving into high frequency, source connection, okay? And maybe this is something new for you. Maybe some of these energies that are going to come through in the, I'm going to call it a retrograde portal, because it feels like that's what it's going to be. Maybe there's going to be some newfound feelings of release and freedom, okay, self-trust, and yeah, you're going to be sort of feeling passionate and inspired as well. But maybe, maybe you're going to be learning something new, or maybe this could be what's happening. Maybe the retrograde energies are going to spark a new learning or a new occupational hobby for you, and you're going to feel like, yes, I'm going to take that up now. Okay, Aquarius, so that could be what's happening. Underneath you have the Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Now this energy has been appearing a lot in the readings this week. For our quadruple retrograde energies, this topsy-turvy, up and down, it's sort of asking us to be flexible, adaptable, and to, have a playful attitude when it comes to, if we start feeling like serious things coming in, we might want to do some journaling, but then to remember to lighten the mood and not to allow things to drag us down, to drag our vibration down too much, okay? Six of Cups, inner child stuff. So this could be something that, Aquarius, that whatever it is that you're looking to do could be reminiscent of something that you enjoyed to do as a child, that you like to do as a child, I should say. And we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, a very nurturing, supportive energy as well. And you're probably going to be holding space for yourself as you go through this new venture. I feel like this is a new interest or something you're going to be taking up. Yeah. Wow, you're feeling in your alignment here. And there's, some nice spirit guides around you. I always think of Syrians when I see this. So maybe you have, like lion being guides, or Syrian, or even Lyran guides that are helping you out. The World, this is sort of your aim, or what you're looking for here, Aquarius, is a beautiful balance of, feeling free, having that freedom, but also being able to work within structure and to fulfill any responsibilities that you feel you are needing to fulfill Wow, the Magician. Yeah, so this is you feeling confident, you feeling like you have the inner resources and the tools at your disposal. Or if you're not feeling like that, this is going to prompt you to tap into your inner resources and to, I guess, avail yourself of external resources. When I say that thing that's going to prompt that, it could be these energies coming through, but also this new venture. You know, I feel like it's going to be high frequency energies. You're going to feel like jumping into something, and it's going to enable you to perhaps develop your toolbox here. Okay. Also this heaven and earth, so spiritual and material. So maybe it's going to be balancing for your mind, body, spirit as well, of course. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Yep, abundance and groundedness. Just like to grab 3 more energies here for you. Interesting that you have the 5 of Swords underneath your reading here, Aquarius. I have a feeling that this could be about you becoming more aware of the difference between your ego and your higher self. Okay, and because sometimes the ego likes to run the show at the expense of the higher self, so sometimes the ego likes to take over, and the spiritual creativity kind of gets pushed to the background and sort of a bit repressed. Or it could be that there are certain things about your ego, not necessarily what I've just said, but there could be certain habits that you engage in that you feel are not helpful. There could be certain patterns that you've been, I guess, involved in, patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving over the years. And I think maybe this is that Spirit's saying that you're going to become more aware of what those patterns are, because this is sort of like an egoic energy that is going to shift and change throughout these retrograde energies as they drop through. Okay, as they drop through, and this one didn't even hit the shuffle, but here we go. Transformation and Lovers. So yeah, letting go of some things. And the Lovers is about you coming into connection with your higher self, which we just mentioned. So yeah, we're going to get one more card for that grouping there. So it's sort of looking like you're going to be getting some mastery over your ego, and you're going to become aware of when your ego is not helping you, and if it's blocking you in some way from, you know, moving into your inner magician, or, you know, if it's blocking you from experiencing this freedom and balance in the world, because sometimes our egos can do that. It can even be things around, you know, fears or insecurities or that type of thing. And it can be the effect of traumas as well, because sometimes the ego likes to keep us in the familiar, even if it's sort of painful and not really helpful for us. Because it's familiar, it likes to keep us there. And this could be a pattern that you're going to be looking at here, Aquarius, possibly, if that resonates. Okay. So I just want to get one more energy here. But, you know, you have the Justice at the moment. You are, yeah, 6 of Wands just jumped out. So this is interesting because you have the Horse Rider here. Death is sort of letting go of something. And here you are in the next horse. Here you are on the next horse. You know, success, being acknowledged by others, I guess having a role, maybe a leadership role in your community, but definitely coming off successful just generally in this thing that you're going to be taking up here, Aquarius, that you probably feel inspired to do during this, or to start up during this retrograde portal, if you haven't already started that. Okay. You have Justice. I'm just going to grab a deck for clarification. I'll just pause for a moment. Yeah, with your personal truth here, I really feel like this is kind of a culmination of energies. You have a really nice balance here also of your This is like inner child energy, okay? Taking the risks, exchanging emotions, going back into your childhood and remembering those things that you love to do. And also with you have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So this is like almost like your inner adults or your inner parent. And it could be that you are really coming into a more balanced, truthful way of being within yourself. And this could be what you're balancing here, is not only your ego and your higher self, but maybe you're coming into balance with your inner child and your inner adult. So maybe you're going to reparent your inner child, if that resonates, okay? And generally, Aquarius, this reading is really positive, okay? And there could just be some, a pattern or two, or, that you're letting go of here, okay? Let's clarify that King of Wands in your external influences. I'll just see what this is. I'll just grab the Wizard's Tarot here for you. A lot of activating energies in here. Okay, the Page of Swords. So this is about, activating your curiosity and maybe getting curious about, if there are people around you that are, I guess, passionately involved in what it is that they're doing, and they're holding space for others and helping others to do that. It's about maybe looking at what they do, how they do it. But this could also be talking about, how others see you. So maybe, asking some people, how they see you, or what, what they think of you. I'm not sure why that's coming in, but yeah, but it's generally maybe communicating as well. Okay, maybe it's about stepping into your power a little more, and if you don't perceive yourself as this, but other people are perceiving that, then maybe it's sort of, I guess, getting curious about that idea of you being, sovereign. And if you were speaking to people, what sort of things would you say, in regard to your communication there? And what understandings and wisdom do you hold that you could, I guess, start to express, if that's something you're looking at doing? You also have the Eight of Pentacles here. So this is about mastery. Yeah, and I think this is, your mastery here. This is your sovereignty, Aquarius. And I think you've already, you've done a lot of work on this. And I think maybe you're just the energies are going to be such around us as well, that we're going to really be able to sort of step into that energy of sovereignty. I mean, you have the Magician here. This is sort of the ability to manifest as well. Okay, let's just clarify that as well. Yeah, Knight of Wands, moving forward with passion and enthusiasm. Okay, taking action on your ideas and on your wishes. Excuse. Apologies for the coughing. I've never coughed so much in a cold. So let's, so we were talking about the Knight of Swords there. So moving forwards with passion, enthusiasm, and, activating your wands. This also goes well with the Page here of the new beginning, and of the Fool, of course, taking that leap of faith and that step forward. Let's clarify the Five of Swords, which is, we mentioned that was that, we all have helpful ego energies. It's not the ego is bad, okay? Sometimes the ego can get caught in little patterns, with regard to some aspects of life and in certain situations. The Magician, again. So you have at your disposal, Aquarius, the ability to identify this, literally work magic, okay, when it comes to your ego and higher self. Okay, having conversations between the two during your meditations, maybe doing some journaling, and maybe that I'm getting now that these retrograde energies are going to almost work like magic for us, okay, in helping us to release and become aware of what it is that we need to change about ourselves, so that we can step more fully into our sovereignty, more fully into our true selves here, okay? in your reading, okay, Aquarius, which is really positive. You have some great major arcana. You've got the Fool, the Magician, the World, and Justice. Oh, not to mention Death and the Lovers. Okay, so, yeah. Let's clarify the Death as well. This is the change or the transformation and the rebirth, okay? It's literally looking like, you know, you're going to be rebirthing into this connection of, you know, your higher self. That's what that's sort of sounding, looking like there as well. And you're going to be successful. I mean, you're going to be working your magic here, Aquarius. Let's have a look. And that's all to do with your awareness and your consciousness, okay? As we get the DNA upgrades and as our consciousness expands, our intuition is going to heighten, okay? That's because of Neptune in retrograde. Pluto is helping us to sort of transform on really deep levels. And Saturn is helping us to kind of look at those structures and things that we've created in life and if we need to change them, okay? Or we're going to be questioning those structures, or some of those structures, or in, you know, or aspects of the structures. Let's have a look here. The Page of Pentacles again. Yep, so you are letting go of something so that you can move into Page of Pentacles, which you've just doubled up on. This was the center of your reading here. Okay, another nice depiction of the Page of Pentacles. I really like this. This looks magical too, doesn't it? It's like, you know, the pentacle is floating in the air there, and she's out in nature, as is this person here. You know, there's like some magic dust there, maybe fairy dust or whatever. Yeah, very magical, and I think some of these energies are going to be really liberating for us. And they're really going to help us to step into if there's something that we want to do that's a little bit quirky or a little bit different, or that we've had, you know, reservations about stepping into. I think these energies are really just going to help us to go, you know what, it doesn't really matter what other people think. And the only job now is to overcome the inner resistance, okay? Let's clarify the King of Pentacles. That can be about, you know, overcoming heavy energies that you may feel are keeping you stuck, but it could also just be about abundance and about grounding. You know, you have a lot of earth in this reading, Aquarius, which is really lovely because you're an air sign, and air signs do need to ground, as we all do, really. So you have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Excuse me. So this could be, I really apologise about that cough. I just had to be quick and then just to clear it. So here's the Ten of Wands. So this could just be saying that, you know, if you've acquired a lot of, you know, if you've got to this state in life and you're feeling a bit worn out, it's to just remember that, you know, there are other things that you can do. You can, you know, ask for help. You can look elsewhere to do new things. You know, this could be about, this looks like someone who's just either walking past this castle or leaving the castle or whatever. Five of Pentacles sort of talks about lack. So maybe it could be that, you know, maybe you've been experiencing, you've been putting in a lot of effort and you haven't seemed to be able to get much out of it. Maybe this new phase is like you're going to start getting some things out of it, okay? You're going to start reaping some benefits and feeling more abundant. But abundance is not just about money. Okay, abundance is about social and emotional fulfillment. It's about, you know, satisfaction in life, having a sense of purpose, and also, you know, about this ability that we have to give and receive love, like a really basic thing. This is that here. This is a beautiful exchange of love and understanding. Okay, and the interesting thing is too that you know, there are some really poor countries in the world, obviously the ones, you know, where they're not starving, because that's not going to make you feel happy at all. But there are some tribal, you know, in history, or maybe even still currently, there's some tribal communities that, you know, they don't have money, but you walk through those communities and they're just really happy because they have this beautiful connection with each other. And this could be something that maybe you are feeling into as well. I mean, abundance can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Okay, so yeah, and And yeah, we're going to grab an oracle card as well. Let me just choose one of those. Before we do the oracle, Aquarius, I just want to quickly say that these energies here could also be talking about that this can be a state of benevolence. So maybe you're going to be in this position where you're going to be able to, you know, help people that are weary. You know, maybe you're going to be able to inspire them. And maybe there are people that are less, you know, financially fortunate than yourself, or who are needing help. Maybe you're going to be able to be in a position to help those people. Okay, that's just another little thing that dropped in there. Now I have for you a dragon. We're going to grab a dragon oracle card for you. The dragons are helping us immensely at the moment. I think I pulled a card for another sign recently about energy clearing. So let's see, because I feel that, you know, you're stepping into your inner magician here, Aquarius. You are really taking a leap of faith, and, you know, you're going through a transformation, and we are all going to be going through that, okay, with this retrograde for sure. Moving into your personal truth, you know, in your authentic being. Omega Dragon. I think this is quite a high frequency one, actually. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Yeah, so maybe you're doing something creative, or maybe you're just opening your mind and expanding into those extra resources that we mentioned. Could be within you and around you, okay? Or pulling things together in a new way, okay? Being original and authentic. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. Yeah, we're going to be feeling like we're tapping into our higher consciousness. I've got to say that's a bit of a challenge with a head cold, but we'll get there. Let me just pause while I find this in the book. Wow, Aquarius, this is a 9th dimensional dragon, okay? Right, the Omega Dragon. Actually, it's holding an egg here. Have a look. The 9th dimensional dragons carry the divine feminine vibrations of Shekinah, the universal energy that created our world. Shekinah is the feminine counterpart of Archangel Metatron's higher light and represents pure creative vision. These powerful beings are assisting the birth of higher consciousness on Earth. That's Metatron and Shekinah, okay, and the dragons. Collectively, they hold the vision for the new golden age, and this will enable us to achieve the intention set by Lady Gaia for the evolution of the planet. That's, of course, our planet, Lady Gaia. These beautiful silver-white dragons will also help us hold a personal vision for the highest good. Every wish starts with a thought that is translated into a picture. These dragons can see into our mind and will hold our vision with us. So the guidance paragraph here says, when an Omega Dragon comes to you, it is time to give birth to a special new project. Page of Pentacles. Pathway or aspect of yourself that has remained hidden. Call upon these dragons to fill you with the power of the divine feminine. This will enable you to hold your vision and bring it to fruition in a wise, balanced and harmonious way. And when they say that, I think they're saying there that with your divine feminine, you're activating your receptivity. So you're being receptive to this new idea coming in, okay, or this new pathway or project. Most important of all, ask the Omega Dragon to look into the greatest desire of your soul and hold the vision of bringing it to manifestation. These dragons can be any shape or size, so just still your mind and give them permission to merge with your energy. Ask them to soften your path and the paths of all who hold the vision of the new golden age. So there we have it. You can definitely call on the Omega Dragon, Aquarius, okay, to assist you with your process here. We're going to be undergoing some type of process, internal process, with regard to these retrograde energies. So I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, great week, and I'll see you again soon.